In recent years, the southern U.S. border, particularly the area along Mexico, has been a focal point for debates on immigration, national security, and economic policy. As of July 2025, reports from government agencies and media highlight significant changes in border management. If you're interested in this topic, comment number 1. Illegal migration has dropped sharply, border wall construction has accelerated, and stricter immigration policies are being enforced. This overview draws on the latest data and public reactions from posts on X to examine these developments. According to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, apprehensions of migrants at the southern border hit a record low in June 2025, with only 6,070 cases, down 15% from March 2025 and 93% from May 2024's 117,905 cases. Total encounters nationwide, including at ports of entry, reached 25,228, the lowest in CBP history. Preliminary data suggests this trend held steady into July 2025, reflecting the effectiveness of new border control policies. A key factor in this decline is the end of the catch-and-release policy. In May and June 2025, CBP reported 0 releases into the U.S. interior after apprehensions, compared to $62,000 in May 2024. This shift, paired with faster deportations, sends a clear message: illegal entry faces immediate consequences. Border wall construction has also ramped up. Posts on X note that in July 2025, Texas reported rapid progress, installing over 100 feet of steel wall in a single day. Plans are in place to extend the wall by 7 miles with 30-foot-high steel panels, part of a joint effort between Texas and the federal government. The Department of Homeland Security issued waivers to continue wall construction in Arizona and New Mexico. A $46.5 billion budget bill passed in May 2025 funds these efforts, aiming to curb illegal migration and strengthen control in high-traffic areas. The Trump administration has taken bold steps to enforce immigration laws. In its first 100 days, over 151,000 illegal migrants were apprehended, and more than 135,000 were deported, including 600 members of the Tren de Aragua gang and thousands from the MS-13 and 18th Street gangs. Immigration and Customs Enforcement intensified operations, arresting 32,809 people in the first 50 days, including 155 gang members and 39 suspected terrorists. A $170 billion budget bill, dubbed the Big Beautiful Bill, supports hiring 300 more immigration judges, doubling detention capacity to 100,000 beds, and funding deportations. A new detention facility in Florida, nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz, can hold 3,000 to 5,000 people but costs $600 million annually to operate. Cooperation with Mexico has been crucial in reducing illegal migration and drug smuggling. After negotiations led by President Trump, Mexico seized 1,500 kilos of fentanyl in March 2025, cutting fentanyl crossings by 54% compared to the previous year. CBP also reported a spike in other drug seizures in June 2025. Methamphetamine up 102%, heroin up 19%, and cocaine up 9% from the prior month. However, in July 2025, the U.S. Department of Agriculture closed southern border ports to livestock trade due to a disease outbreak in Mexico, disrupting plans to reopen crossings from July 7th to September 15th. This shows border control measures extend beyond immigration to areas like agriculture and biosecurity. Public opinion on X reveals a polarized response. A post by Mario Nawfal on July 19, 2025, highlighted Texas's wall-building speed, with over 100 feet of steel erected in a day, earning praise from supporters of tough border policies. Meanwhile, the Dogai government on July 20, 2025, claimed a 72% drop in border apprehensions since January 2025, crediting the Remain in Mexico policy expanded physical barriers, and improved ICE deportations. However, some ex-users raised concerns about potential human rights violations or challenges for legal migrants seeking opportunities in the U.S. These reactions underscore a divide. Some applaud the reduction in illegal migration and enhanced security, while others worry about humanitarian impacts and financial costs. The sharp drop in gotaways, those crossing undetected, down 90% from 1,837 daily in June 2024 to 77 in June 2025, signals the policy's success in tightening border control. Despite security gains, the policies spark controversy. Some immigrant rights groups argue that suspending asylum rights and rapid deportations may violate international human rights standards. In July 2025, lawsuits challenged the use of the Alien Enemies Act for deportations without trials. The Supreme Court temporarily blocked its application to Venezuelans, and legal battles continue. The financial cost also raises questions. The $170 billion bill and high operational costs for facilities like Alligator Alcatraz prompt concerns about long-term sustainability, especially as funding for migrant and refugee support shrinks. In border areas like Yuma, Arizona, and Sunland Park, New Mexico, locals report improved security and less strain on resources like hospitals. Yet, abandoned items like hats, belts, and shoes highlight the perilous journeys migrants undertake, fueling discussions about the humanitarian side of the issue. As of July 2025, the southern U.S. border has seen historic lows in illegal migration, rapid wall expansion, and stronger immigration enforcement. These achievements stem from tough policies, international cooperation, and significant funding. However, debates over human rights, costs, and legality persist, as seen in divided opinions on X. While the administration calls this the safest border in U.S. history, future challenges like global migration pressures and political shifts will test whether these gains endure. For Americans, understanding these policies and their impacts is key to shaping the nation's future. This article has utilized reliable sources and perspectives from social media to provide a comprehensive view. For a deeper understanding, readers can refer to statements from DHS, CBP, or reports from Reuters, The Guardian, and WOLA.
One, two, three. ICE is the conduit to get into the facility.
Hey Howard, can you remember that pool?
I was gonna hook it, but that was.
Bueno, es lo mismo. ¿Cómo nos queda?
Put it to where you know the two strands are going to touch. Not the
Right through the center.
Bueno, es lo mismo. Con vida y fresco que le traen a uno, entrevista ya estoy cansado.